Hey guys, so I forgot to do the intro for the video. My name's Emmett, and today we are going to be we're going to be making a new video game called The Friendly Monster. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video.
Today is the first ever episode of my game development journey. Now, if you... Actually, I don't know if I mentioned it over on my other channel, on my gaming channel. But today we are going to be working on a brand new game for this series. We're going to be working on The Friendly Monster. Now, originally my first video that I uploaded on this channel, I did upload it on the other one, but I took it down on the other channel, on my second channel, my gaming channel. I really uploaded it up to this one because it just seems more appropriate. So today we are going to be working on a brand new game. As you may know, if you've seen the video, even if you didn't see it on this one and you've seen it on my second channel, it was up on my second channel, my gaming channel. I had a game called The Friendly Monster. Now, my biggest flaw about that game is it was nowhere near as scary as I want it to be. So that's what we're doing today. We're making a horror-based game. Now, at that time when I made that video, I knew nothing about game development. I know a lot more than I did. I was literally watching back that video and I was like, I know how to do that now. I know how I can do this and how I can make this, So, I'm excited. I'm excited for this. So, this is going to be called The Friendly Monster. Now, as you may know, why is it called The Friendly Monster if it's a horror game? Well, as you can see here, let me go ahead and do this right quick. We're going to want to make a new folder called the Friendly Monster. Yes. So we're going to do the Friendly Monster. Okay, so save that. So we got the thing done. Here, so as you can see, I have a script. This is what I originally made when I went to make that game. So it starts off with the scientist who we play as. So we're definitely going to have to make that. I'll probably focus on that in the next episode. You kind of do need a character to start out with, like, all the movements and figuring out whatever, you know what I mean? So today is pretty much the basics of the start of this game. So I start as the scientist, leaving his house, going to work in the city. Now, we'll probably start off, hold on. Once he arrives at work, someone tells him to go see the boss. This is basically what we're going to be doing for the first video. We're going to be doing the scientist. We're going to make the scientist. One thing I love to do and use while making games is buttons. Because you can make it, even though, because I know people, like, better game developers than me actually, like, use the same scene for, what happens, like, they use layers. I don't really know how to do that. I'm fine with that as well, because I love buttons. Like, I can, use, let's create this level. Like, I can use a button to do the scenes, and then, like I wanted to do in the beginning with the portal. So, let's go ahead and make our first level. So, we're going to do level 1 right here, and then down here, we're going to actually get rid of this because we don't need this. What is, oh, the Friendly Monster script. Oh, because I put this in the folder. Can I just read this here? I can just read it here? Wow. Okay. I don't know if this was a good idea, but that's fine. Let's create a new folder. We're going to have one for scripts. S-C-R-I-P-T-S. Scripts. Have one for scenes. Have one for levels. Have one for assets. Create new folder. Yeah. Assets. I think that's all it needs. Scripts, scenes, levels, assets. Yeah. If we ever do need to create a folder later on, we can. For now, I'm going to actually put all the stuff that I want to use. So I'll be back in a second. Like shading and stuff. I'm only now recently getting into shaders and using shaders, but I think I have some really cool effects that I can use to make it darker. Like shadows for a good horror game, shadows and lighting are key. Also, ambient sound is really good. So I definitely will make my own ambient music, which we will get to later on in the series. So that would probably be like one of the final last steps. Oh man, I'm so excited for this. What we're gonna do is we're gonna make our tile map. We're gonna get our basic first level is just basically gonna be us in our place. So it's gonna be a top-down. Again, I'm not quite sure. Let me just search it up. What does RPG mean? I know like the type because every type of game I see, which are similar to games I make, like the top-down view, is called RPG. But I don't really know what RPG actually stands for. Game. Meaning. An RPG, a role-playing game, okay, is a game where players assume the roles of fictional characters within a narrative, making decisions about character development and actions. They feature a complex story, so I guess this is kind of an RPG because you're role playing as a scientist who, um, yeah. So yeah. Okay, so that makes a lot of sense of why they said all of that. Um, yeah, so this technically does fall underneath that category, so I feel a lot more confident in using that word. Um, Alright, so our assets, we got the dungeon tile set. So let's go to tile sets. This is the one that I want to use, I believe, for... Oh, this is not what this is what I'm looking for. There we go. This is the dungeon tile set. So, do I use this one? No, because that one's already pre-built. We don't want no pre-built thing. We want... what about this? No. Okay, see, this one here could work. This could work. You see, we have nothing here, nothing here. We have... Yeah, okay, so this one works. We also have doors that we will be using in future episodes as well, which is cool. I might actually need a door for here. Maybe not. Well, no, I don't know, because this one here, you're not going to want to walk out, at least for the first episode. I might put the door in, but it's not going to be like an actual door that you can like walk through. It's just there for looks, basically. So now we got dungeon characters, so no, we don't want this. So we might, this one kind of actually looks good for like a scientist, but we'll probably head this into pixel. I don't know if that's actually what you call it. That's what I'm going to call it, because I don't know what else to call it. So, and it's basically making pixel art, so, spreadsheet, so I don't know. Now I could probably go on one of the two things I like to use. The first one is itch.io, and then the second one is this one, online editor, blah blah blah. This one, however you pronounce, you can't even see it. Can't even see it. This name. Yeah, I could have moved my face hand, but it was just easier to do that. So, this is what I'm using to make my sprite sheet and my characters in general. Now, I probably would want to scientist. Is that how you spell scientist? I don't know. Just for reference. Ooh, this looks good. I want to actually go to assets, so I know. I want it to be kind of like something like this. Ooh, this is actually pretty good, but instead of for like this, I'd probably want him to have gray hair rather than brown hair. But I think this is actually pretty good. Let's download this. Just take it here, download that, check it out. Okay, so does he have a turning animation? He does have a looking animation, looking left to right, but I don't know if that's going to help for the, can I use this? Okay, this is the move tool, okay. Oh, to move the, oh yeah, we don't want to do that. This is use the mouse. Yeah, so we have him, so it looks like he's here, and then, yeah, I'm definitely going to take this one and just make it up and down for the idle sheet. So I think I'm gonna actually, and it doesn't look like he has a jump animation, but I also don't want him to jump. So I feel like I'm just gonna take this character just because I think he looks really cool, and it's giving what I want. So I think what I'm just gonna do is get rid of all of these over here. All that, so let's go ahead and center this. So we have it centered, and then we're basically gonna take this up here, we're going to take this top one here, and we're going to put this 32. And then we're going to, bam. We're not going to do that. Let's try this. Hello? Oh, I didn't. My bad. Excuse me. 32. Resize. There we go. That's what we want. We want just a 32 thing here. Let's go ahead, go down here. We're gonna grab some gray. We're gonna do like maybe like, we could do like a lighter version, but then also make some darker adjustments. So, my bad. Do this. Probably have it like that. So this is our character. This is our first character. So this is gonna be the idle animation. So let's actually go into here. Obviously, you're not gonna see it because the entire time, as you may know, because again, I'm not doxing. I don't want to dox myself. I don't want you guys to see what's in my folders or in my files, in my file explorer. So you're just gonna be zoomed in on my face, which I'm actually gonna put this down a bit. There we go. So yeah, let's go into downloads. We're gonna go create a new one, and we're gonna call this character. I might do character 2.0 because I don't know if I have any other files named character. We're gonna have one for idle. We're gonna have one for left, one for right, one for up, and one for down. But this one, since this is gonna be in the idle category, so we're gonna export this, download that, name it. Well, it's already scientist up here, so that's actually pretty cool. So, but we're gonna rename it to scientist 1, so it kind of, yeah, because we're gonna have multiple of these. Just get rid of these two. Take this thing, and then we're gonna do this. Make sure we have the entire character. Control, and then wrong one. Shift and down. So it's with that. Let's click on here, so we don't lose it. And then that's basically all this is. So we're gonna export this one. We're gonna come down. We're a scientist. We're gonna make the name what? We're gonna rename this to Scientist 2. A voltage Mountain Dew. The best type of Mountain Dew in existence. So we got the idle animations done. So we're just doing that. So it's basically back and forth. So he's just up, down, basically. So that's the idle animation. Now we're going to go ahead and import, but this time we're going to be using a different thing. So this is going to be for the left, which I think this guy here is perfect for. The right. The right. Or should we do, walking first. I think this one here would be good, and then this one, because it's like bop, bop, and then it's like kind of back and forth. So he's kind of like walking. It's kind of like walking. So I'm definitely gonna get. I don't know how it's gonna work. I'm gonna definitely have to move these together. So we're learning. We're gonna obviously leave this here for other ones. I think for the rest of them, actually just have a reference in general. So now we're going for it. Could I just make my own? I'm just gonna make my own. That don't look right. It gotta be like that. That. I'll get rid of this. Or I'll keep it. Hold on. Okay, so it was like this. So we're just gonna put, and then we're going to, I don't know if it's gonna, that up. Okay, it didn't. Yay! And I don't know if I want to delete these. So we're going to just do this, and then basically, yeah, so let's go ahead and export this. This, basically, I'm just gonna go back, 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 forward. Okay, so this is the end, so basically we're just gonna do what we did over here. So I'm just gonna take this away, and then we're just gonna take this, and we're going to bop, and click on it so we don't accidentally get rid of it. And I think this is our walking animation for at least the first, for down at least. Now I feel like we're gonna do up, or yeah, up, because that would actually be easier as well. Just export that. So basically the up is gonna be this, but it's just gonna be flipped, as in he's looking the other way. Now, what we're gonna do is basically get rid of, what am I doing? All of this. I think this is actually pretty good, because thankfully it's easy because we actually didn't have to do any face, or didn't have to do the face or anything. So let's export this. Basically all we gotta do is kind of the same thing that we did for the down. I kind of like this. It definitely makes it look more of a back kind of thing. So actually, we're gonna have to bring in the other. We're gonna have to redo it. Okay, let's export this, and then, which is what we want anyways. It doesn't really matter because we're kind of doing the other one anyways, so it doesn't matter. Close that out. Let's get rid of. It looks different from the other foot, but I think that's fine because I guess both feet can be different. Let's go ahead and save that because that actually looks fine. This, replace it, okay. And for this one, we're actually going to get this guy because he looks like he's going left more than any of the other ones. So let's go ahead and get rid of all of these guys. Perfect. So now we got our character. So for this character, same thing. I'm just going to So this is sideways. So if we're doing this, it's most likely that this leg is kind of, it's when you're walking, you kind of have this arm, kind of have your right arm to your left leg. So, because we want the difference between this leg and this leg, so it actually looks like he's walking. It looks good, I like it. Don't really need to pay too much attention to detail. So now for this, basically all we're doing is going to switch it. So we're going to get rid of all of this. Oh shoot, actually, before I do that, I'm actually going to flip it so I could just, I don't have to mess with the right because all I gotta do with each spray is just flip it and then there's right. It's the same thing but on different sides. So let's export this. Alright, so now, like I said, we are going to do that. Let's flip him back over to where we want him. We could just do this. So now this is in the front. Oh, yeah. So then it looks like that. It's an illusion. It's all about illusion. Because this is the right arm now, going forward. The other one was the left arm going forward. This is the right arm going forward. And the difference is the shirt, because this is the back of him. So that means that this would be the right side. And this is the left. So this one was up in the front, where you saw the shirt. Because if you see the shirt, then it means that it's the front of him, this is the back of him. If you see the front of him, then this would be the left arm. If you see the back of him, then it's the right. So yes, let's go ahead and export that. And then all we gotta do for the left is the same thing that we did before. Let's just flip it. And now he's back on. So let's go ahead and export. Do 1, 2, 1, 2. Kind of have it like, yeah, so let's zoom that in just in case. Let's go over here, save this scene, go over here, create a character, body 2D. We're going to be needing a animated sprite 2D. Let's go over to the animation, add inner sprite frame. We're going to put this one as idle. And we're going to add the autoplay. Yeah, autoplay on load. Then we're going to put this one as up. Okay, so let's go ahead and, well, I guess we don't need to save because we have to add this. Let's go to our down. Let's go into our character. Let's go into down. Then we're going to add 1, 2, 1, 3, and let's go press F, zoom in. Now, as you see, it is blurry. That's an easy fix. Just go into project settings. No. Textures, linear, and then put that nearest. Change settings. Okay, close. So now is picture it what? It's crystal clear. I was gonna say picture clear, but that didn't make sense. Anyways, I'm tired. Let's look at this. See? Kinda looks like he's walking. Maybe stamping a little bit. Oh man, that's cute. Maybe let's speed it up a little bit. Yeah, we'll fix the speed of the animation when we actually get the speed of the character in the coding, which we will do in this episode, obviously. Let's go down here. We're going to put these all on 6. Well, actually, this is going to be just on the 2 or 1. This one here is going to be 6. 6, because obviously the idle animation is just us standing still, basically. So we're going to put in the 1 and the 2. So is it going to be up? Or I think that's... Oh, no, I put him down. So it would be like an animation. Or like an animation. Like he's idling, like a good idle animation. I think that's actually pretty cool. Let's click on sprite frames. Now let's go to the left. Don't do that, we go to the left. And then we got 1, 2. Did I do the left one? It looks so bad. It doesn't even look like he's walking. It just looks like he's, you know what I mean? Because I feel like maybe if we moved the feet. Yeah, we like that. I like that, actually. I actually kind of like that a lot. Alright, so let's go ahead. I think we're done with this. Actually, no, I'll just minimize it for now, just in case this doesn't fix it, but it should. So, left, let's go put in 3. We're going to move it to the center if I can. There we go. So, now let's... Hold up. Maybe put this first. So it's like bop, bop. And then add another one. Bop, bop. Fixed it. That looks okay. Yeah, that's great. We can actually probably move that up to 6 as well. 4. 5. Again, we'll fix the speed when, you know, it looks right. So, let's go ahead and do this. Oops, left, right. We do 1, or no, delete, it's fine. 2, 3, so we actually have 3 first, then 1, then 2, and then actually we have another 3 right here. Here. So it's like, so he's now walking the other way. This looks a lot better. See, so this actually here and here actually help it separate from these two, so it just doesn't look like this is disappearing and appearing again. So let's do up for the final. Keep doing that. Don't need to. Let's do up for the final thing. So this one's just 1, 2, 1, 3. Which, yeah, it kind of looks like he's walking. But it will be when he's going forward. You know what I mean? So now, since that's done, let's go ahead and do it this, since we want that to stay as like what we want to do when we first go into the game. So let's do a collision shape. Let's do a circle, and we'll put it like in the middle-ish area, like somewhere like right here, ish, right there. Probably is good. And then we're going to put this in the scenes section. Now we're going to go up here. We're going to add in a script. We're going to put this in the scripts folder, and then add this. Now I don't exactly remember what, because it's a lot of coding, it's a lot of script. So I'm going to do a smart thing. Save this. Minimize this. Open up Godot Engine, so it brings me back to the main menu here. I'm going to go into say this one, Sneak Peek, by the way. It's a game that I'm working on off camera. So we're going to wait for it to load in. I'm going to grab the player character, go into the script, copy it, and then paste it over into the other one. And then obviously we're going to have to fix it so it's actually like working for our thing. So let's go into, I guess we go into Kitty. In here, we don't want that, actually, we just want this. Let's grab all this, and anything that doesn't work for us, we can actually get rid of it over there. So let's go ahead and close that out, go into this one, and then we're going to paste it. Beautiful. Now, obviously, it's not going to work because we don't have the keys set up, and 2, we don't have. Honestly, I think it's just the keys, really. Also, we'll try 80, see if that's good. The animations, I think, are set up right, because we got up, right, down, left, which is the same as it is for here, up, down, left, blah, blah, blah. So, and then, of course, idle is walking, idle, walking, and then all of this. So we need to make a input, which up here, let's go up here, let's go into settings, go into input map. We are going to be doing, so we need right, left, up, and down. So right, left, up, and down. So I don't think I need anything else. I think this is all that I need for now. So let's just go here. So for right, we would want the W or the D key. For left, we want the A key. Up, we want the W key. And then down, we want the S key. So now this should work. So let's go here. Before we actually, well, first and foremost, we need to actually instance our player into the scene. And then I'm going to add to the player a camera 2D. So there we go. Now I think one thing I actually do want to do, since this is the start of the game, I do want to start the storyline, which will actually officially get into the button aspect of the game, or whatever. I'm just saying random words. Probably don't even make sense. So we got just a character. Obviously, I'm just, for right now, I'm just going to put a, just a background so you can tell that the player is actually walking. I'll do this here. like that. And there we go. Obviously, we're going to see the outside where we play. I think this is all I want to do. So let's press play. I did want to add a theme, but again, I'll probably do more of that. So this is what it's going to look like. And it's going to have like over here or something. I don't know exactly how the room's going to look. I'll probably do some sketches off camera and show you in the next episode. And it's going to be like this, and you'll probably have like a room where the build is, and then it's probably going to be like a house slash workspace. Maybe it's just going to be a basement with like a house on top. So like you wake up in your bed and be like, I gotta get to work or whatever, finish this build, and then you go down, and then you complete the house, go around the house, find items and stuff to build the portal. It's going to be a lot of work. I will brainstorm and think of more ways to make it actually possible, and how I want this house to be, if I do want them to be two separate things, or maybe actually I'll probably just have a house, which might sound more realistic if I just have a house, and then we're in the house, then we come out, and then we have like a shed out back, which is going to be like this. I think that might actually might work. But so this is what we have so far, and as we can see, the keys work great. We actually look like we're walking. So this is actually great. I might zoom it in a little bit more, the camera, just because it kind of looks. Here, let me try 2.5. Yeah. And one last thing. I mean, not really. I guess we'll focus on the storyline after. Well, do I? Do I really? Because if you think about it, I kind of probably would actually want... Yeah, so I'm going to have to make this all bigger so you don't see this gray box around it. But again, we'll... Did it even zoom in? No, it did not zoom in. Why did the... What? Why did... No, it did. Why... Why does it look bigger? Oh, wait. Do I need... Hold on. Do I need 3.5? There we go. That's why. It was a 2.5 was bigger than 3. That makes sense. Okay. So it's actually like this. So now it's actually in more. I might even need to make this a little bit. I think that's actually pretty good. Yeah, so this is obviously fix the collision here, so we're not actually on the wall. But again, that's not really what I want to do now. One last thing, though, since this is the beginning of the game, I do want to actually add in, which, again, I added it before this level, so I'm probably going to, I'll do this, and we're going to do level 0, because it's level 0. I'm going to put this in the levels folder, so it'll actually be before the 1, which it will be anyways. So all I'm going to do here is a color rect, right quick, make that way bigger, so you don't, so when you zoom in you can just, yeah, way bigger. Then we're going to make this black, then we're going to add in a label. I know you could probably use like a rich text, but I prefer labels because they're just easier to work with. They're just text. I don't know what rich label does. Maybe that's just a text. I don't know the difference. If you want, comment down below what the difference is so I understand it more. But for now, I'm just gonna do probably day 1, and it's probably just gonna say. Let's look at the list and see what this is. Start off, the scientist leaving the house, going to work. So day 1, I probably would want to say, day 1, fix the portal. That might be actually good. So day 1, fix the portal. So I'm actually going to want this to be in the center. friendly scribbles. Grab this, move that over to here. Size, we want this to be very big, like in the 40s, right there. And then this is actually going to be really cool. My favorite thing in the game, we're going to do a button. With this button, we're just going to go down here. And one thing I love about this button, so you don't have this gray box, what you can do is you can just come down here to theme overrides, go to... Okay, so this here we're actually going to want white, so we can see the text. And for this, I'm actually going to say continue, and then we're going to come down here, and then we're going to go to, styles, and then for here we're going to click on empty box, or box empty, style box empty, for all of these three things, so you don't actually see the box behind it. And then obviously, last but not least, we are going to go to the font size. The font, I want to leave it the way that it is, or so you can see it. I'm going to put this probably more like in the center, kind of, not center, but like the center of the box, and have this right underneath it. I'll probably have this a little bit smaller, maybe around 2. And then for the coding, we're going to come up here, we're going to press this, press script, we're going to go in here, put this in the scripts folder, click continue, and all we're going to do here is just click on a button, go into node, click signals, put pressed, go here, and then it's just really simple. That's why I love buttons, they're so simple. And then all we're going to do is we're going to say get tree dot change, change, dot tree, get tree dot change single file, and then we're going to want this to be level 1. Levels, yeah. Okay, make sure that's right. So now, when we actually, and also since we technically had this, okay, if I click play, would it just, okay, so we'll select current scene. That's great. So now, whenever we play, and obviously later on in this series, we'll also make like a main menu and stuff. It's not just gonna be like this. So we're just gonna press play, and then this should immediately, oh, one thing right quick, I also want to put camera 2D, just so when we leave it like that, so when we go ahead and press this, it's still in the center. So we got day 1, fix the portal, so now we can press continue, and then it brings us to level 1. So I've definitely been getting more into like this as well for like the storyline telling, which I think is amazing. But yeah, so this is what we got so far. In this episode, we most likely spent the entire episode creating the character. This is the character that we have. Next episode, we are going to be focusing on making the tile map and the actual house and the base and stuff. Maybe a little bit onto the portal as well. We'll see when that comes, but that's going to be it for the first episode of this series. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys liked the video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye! Also check out my main channel, my second channel, my third channel, and my third channel, all linked down in the description. And yeah, love you guys. Peace!